See, their morals, their code, it's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
If you're like me, you absolutely love movie villains. They can range from the morally complex to the simplistically evil. One thing that some of these villains have in common is their supposed insanity. Insanity is a condition that is often mislabeled when we talk about those who have committed morally reprehensible actions. In my opinion, the Joker is the greatest victim of this allegation. To clarify, I'm talking about the Joker from The Dark Knight, the Joker from the comics, animated series, video games, and even some of the previous films can be classified as insane, but I don't think you can fit Heath Ledger's Joker into that box. Welcome back to Shade Cinema. My name is Chris, and today we will dive into the Joker's mindset, message, and actions to prove that the Joker is not actually insane, but is something much more sinister than that. Before we can begin, we must first understand the definition of insanity. No, not that one. The definition of insanity is a state of severe mental disorder that can impair a person's ability to understand reality or make rational decisions. In my opinion, the Joker does not fit this definition. He definitely has mental issues, but it does not impair his understanding of reality. He is more along the lines of a psychopath, which is someone who has a personality disorder characterized by traits such as manipulation, lack of empathy, and shallow emotions. This is what the Joker really is. He has no remorse for his actions, no empathy for those he kills, and sees no value in human life at all. But at the same time, the Joker is extremely intelligent, very calculated, and manipulative. When you watch The Dark Knight, everything falls into place for the Clown Prince of Crime. Wondering though, isn't the Riddler from The Batman also like this? The Riddler is very intelligent, but he has genuine delusions about why he's committing his crimes. Riddler believes that he's helping the Bat, and his acts are more of revenge against the elites of Gotham who robbed him of a normal life. The Joker, on the other hand, has no delusions as to what he's doing and why he's doing it. He is an agent of chaos, which is at the core of the message he is trying to convey to Gotham and the rest of the world. The Joker's goal is simple: to sow chaos in Gotham and dismantle its institutions. He believes that if anyone is challenged with an impossible choice, they will be driven into madness and devolve into selfish primal beings who will act on their emotions and selfish interests, showcasing the dual nature of humanity. This de-evolution will bring about a moral compromise across all of the citizens of Gotham, which means that the values of many people will be tested and broken, rendering those values meaningless. Values are a core part of an orderly society, and without solid values, a society crumbles and falls into chaos, which Joker believes is the natural order of things. He sees societal and moral structures as attempts to foist meaning in a fundamentally chaotic world. The Joker believes morality and the structure that holds it up are imaginary and fabricated. I would say that he's an anarchist, but the reality is that he's a lot more extreme than that. As a part of his beliefs tied to his psychopathy, the Joker believes that human life has no inherent value. Nowadays we have such things as human rights, which assign a degree of law worldwide for the treatment of people. The Joker is against the idea of laws or institutional power, which, as I said before, are unnatural to him. In the chaos of nature, it's survival of the fittest. The Joker stokes the flames of chaos by using fear. He believes that with enough fear, he can dismantle the societal structures of Gotham. Whether those structures are legal or illegal, they make no difference to the Joker. With enough fear, he can cause enough panic to bring out the selfishness of Gotham citizens. It's like the city is laid out like dominoes, and all he needs to do is a little push to make it all fall down. With his mentality and message clear, let's examine his actions and showcase why they aren't the deeds of a mental patient, but that of a calculated criminal. The Joker said something interesting to Harvey Dent in the hospital.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
Despite his claims, the Joker is not a man of his word. There is no way his actions are not premeditated or planned out. He plans his actions flexibly so that if something goes wrong, he always has a backup plan to come out on top. The Joker does bank on luck sometimes, like when Harvey Dent held a gun to his head, but we'll get to that later. At the start of the film, the Joker orchestrates a bank robbery. He maps out a plan where not only does all of his associates get killed, which showcases his moral complexity, but also a plan that goes perfectly to a T, timing his escape precisely when the convoy of school buses is near the bank, allowing him to blend in and get away. More importantly, the bank he robs is run by the mob, a factor that the Joker hopes to exploit to enact his grander vision. The Joker interrupts a meeting between Gotham's crime bosses and proposes a plan to kill Batman. The cost of his service is half of the money the criminals have pooled together. They laugh, but the Joker insists that this is their best chance at defeating Batman. Knowing that they would likely reject his offer, the Joker comes prepared. He kills one of the henchmen as an intimidation tactic to show how serious he is, and he comes strapped with bombs as a bluff. He wouldn't actually blow himself up, but because the crime bosses see him as crazy, they think he might do it. The Joker knows that the crime bosses care mainly about two things: their money and their lives. And Joker, by feinting lunacy, managed to threaten and offer safety to both. The Joker gave them an impossible decision to make. Give me half of your money and I'll kill the Bat, or else he and the police will seize all of your assets and throw you in jail. And if you go against me, I'll take it all away myself. In other words, either trust the clown or be destroyed. Throughout the film, the Joker dismantles Gotham's organized criminal underworld by eliminating certain bosses that threaten him, such as Gamble. The killing of Gamble was also set as an example to the rest of the bosses to not fuck with the Joker. He manipulates the other bosses into giving him what he wants, like access to their stored money. Once they are no longer helpful, he throws them aside. He's basically using them while simultaneously destroying them. As I mentioned before, the Joker aims to destroy the societal structures of Gotham, one of the biggest being the law and those who enforce those laws. One of the most prevalent symbols is Batman. He aims to expose and destroy Batman, not just physically, but to destroy the image of the Bat, a crime fighter who doesn't kill. Throughout the film, the Joker pressures Batman to kill him so that it could prove Joker's point about morality. That morality flies out the window when people are faced with an impossible decision, and those people will have a selfish and emotional response to the situation. Simply killing Batman would martyr him. The Joker had to destroy the Bat's image first. Although Batman symbolizes justice, his domain is in the dark. The symbol of justice that works in the light is Harvey Dent, Gotham's district attorney. The Joker aims to eliminate that pillar of justice from Gotham as well. He attempts to either kill or kidnap Harvey, I'm not exactly sure which one, but the Joker gets captured by the police instead. Whether or not the Joker wanted to be captured is up for debate, as I don't think he was aware that Gordon was still alive. At the same time, everything fell into place perfectly for the clown. My understanding is that it wasn't a part of Joker's plan initially, but rather a contingency plan in case he was captured, which is a point I made at the start of the section. Either way, Joker is captured. He is then taken to the largest police station in Gotham, where he gets interrogated by Batman because Harvey Dent is missing. The Joker begins to lay out his philosophy to Batman, who's having none of it. He reveals that Harvey isn't the only person who's been taken captive, and that now Batman has to choose between saving Harvey, the face of justice in Gotham, or Rachel, Harvey's girlfriend, and Bruce Wayne's former lover. It's not only a trick to force Batman's hand into an impossible decision, but to also push his buttons enough for Batman to break his one rule. Batman heads off to get Rachel, and the police go to save Harvey. The Joker, however, had another trick up his sleeve. He deliberately gives the wrong address to Batman, which gets Rachel killed and Harvey critically injured. At the same time, the Joker manipulates a guard at the police station to attack him by talking about the guy's friends that the Joker has killed. He knows all the buttons he has to press to get a reaction from someone. He manages to have the guard in his clutches and asks to make a phone call. The call is sent out to a bomb that was put in some fat guy who was at the police station, causing an explosion, and that allowed the Joker to escape the law yet again.
Is that a Ferris wheel?
I am not shaped like a Ferris wheel!
The mental toll that the loss of Rachel has on Harvey, alongside his fitting injuries, turn him into the sinister Two-Face, a being obsessed with fairness and chance. The Joker goes to see him in the hospital and explains his philosophy to Harvey, to which Harvey is a lot more receptive than Batman. The Joker then gives Harvey a gun. Harvey flips a coin. Heads, Joker lives. Tails, Joker dies. Now you might be wondering why Joker gambled his life like this. Joker knew that Harvey Dent was a broken man, and that if Harvey had pulled the trigger, Joker would have destroyed the face of law and order in Gotham. Yes, what the Joker is doing is horrible, but the law dictates due process for even the worst of criminals, and the murder of a criminal is still considered murder. So the bright and shiny DA murdering a criminal in cold blood would undoubtedly cause the trust in Gotham's institutions to collapse, leading to a whole lot of chaos. This is also not Harvey Dent, it's Two-Face, a corrupted shell of who Harvey was. Joker has successfully destroyed one of the driving forces of good in Gotham City and aims to destroy the other one too. During the final battle, two boats set sail on Gotham Harbor. One is filled with civilians and the other is filled with criminals. The Joker plants bombs on both ships. They each have the detonator for the bomb on the other boat. So it's a question of who will blow up who. Both sides consider pulling the trigger, but common sense prevails and neither ship blows up the other. The Joker's views did not come to fruition on this day. Joker did come prepared for this though, as he had his own detonator for the ships just in case his plans went south. He gets captured by Batman and even admits that Batman is incorruptible. But the Joker seemingly has the last laugh by revealing the truth about Harvey Dent's fate. Batman saves Gordon's family, who were threatened by Harvey Dent, by tackling Dent off of a building and killing the DA. Batman says that the only way to defeat the Joker at this point is by immortalizing Harvey Dent and by wiping clean the evil deeds that he did. But to sell it to the general public and the institutions of Gotham, Batman had to take the fall as the murderer of Harvey Dent. Batman believed that Gotham needed a white knight who would symbolize justice for all its citizens. So in a way, Joker's actions turned Harvey Dent into a much more powerful force. So, does the Joker's plans come to fruition? Yes and no. Although he did try to destroy Harvey Dent, he only managed to break the man that Harvey Dent was, but not the idea that Harvey Dent represented. That idea of hope for the future of Gotham. However, the Joker succeeded in killing Batman. By turning Harvey Dent into Two-Face, the Joker indirectly forces Batman to break his iron rule. When it comes to doing awful things, the Joker really is a man of his word. On the surface, it would be easy to classify the Joker as insane, but the truth is much deeper than that. We humans are uncomfortable with the idea that evil is committed by those who aren't that different from ourselves. We like to classify those evildoers as crazy, insane, racist, or sexist. It is easier to think that evil is committed by monsters rather than people, because if ordinary people committed those crimes, it would mean that we are capable of such crimes. And to call someone who is evil crazy, insane, or stupid would make evil in the future more subtle and dangerous, because we end up boxing evil into a mental state most people won't classify themselves into. Still, the truth is that the potential for evil is within us all. Much like what the Joker said, everyone has darkness inside of them, and all you need to bring it to the surface is a little push. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Please comment your thoughts as I read and reply to every comment. If you want to see a video on the most recent Batman and why he's the best Batman we've ever seen, click the link on the right side of the screen.